Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Chase Talks Politics. Today is Sunday, July 19th. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. In today's video, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic, which is mail-in ballot voting, voting by mail. So, in past elections, you go to the polls and you go to the sites and you vote. But in this year's election, lots of states will be doing entirely voting by mail. There has already been, I think 10, we're about to read the article, but I believe there's been about 10 states that will vote entirely by mail, and probably lots more before the will announce that they're going to do vote by mail before the election. But President Trump and the Republicans are not in favor of voting by mail due to voter fraud. They think there could be voter fraud. And in fact, in an interview that Trump did today that was released by Fox News, he said that he may not accept the election result if it is done by mail. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. Probably could have made this video a few weeks ago or a month ago, but I decided to do it now. Just thought it would be an interesting topic. This article that we're about to read actually came out June 22nd, so about a month ago. But, so yeah. How does vote by mail work, and does it increase election fraud? This is by Brookings.edu. Make sure to go check out this article. Many states have moved to vote by mail in recent years in order to make it more convenient to vote. In the past few months, to avoid the possible COVID health risks associated with large crowds at polling places, yet there remain questions about how many states use it, how many balloting operates, what its political consequences are, whether the use of mail ballots increases electoral fraud, and how popular is it with voters. There are two types of mail balloting systems: universal vote by mail and absentee balloting. In 2016, nearly one quarter of U.S. votes were cast by mail. Despite partisan fears, research suggests neither party gains an advantage. There is no evidence that mail ballots increase electoral fraud. Several anti-fraud protections are built into the process. Those who abuse mail ballots can be charged with election fraud and face fines or prison time. How many states allow mail balloting? There are two kinds of mail balloting systems. Some states have what are called universal vote by mail, in which states mail ballots to all voters. In most states, however, vote by mail is through absentee balloting, which the voter must request an absentee ballot. In 2016, nearly one quarter of U.S. votes, 33 million, were cast by universal mail ballots. As shown on the map below, from the National Council of State Legislators, 34 states, plus the District of Columbia, now allow voters in the weeks before an election to request ballots. Another 11 states have made it easier to request absentee ballots for primary elections taking place this year, in large part due to concern over the coronavirus. So here's what I don't think that it will cause voter fraud. I think that because this is 33 million people in the 2016 election voted by mail, and only about 10 states are going to do completely by mail, including California. So that's why I don't think that it's going to have a impact. As a result of COVID, there's been intensive fear about long lines and big crowds at polling places. If there continues to be public concern over the virus, or if there is a second infection wave in the fall, some of these states may extend their voting options to the general election. States set the rules on mail balloting and election processes so they can change the rules through bills passed by the legislature and signed into the law by the governor. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to get into. Next, I'm going to bring up a map. And let's go ahead and look at this. So yeah, we're going to look at the states that are voting by mail for sure in this election. So yeah. So yeah, just ignore the Democrat or Republican But the states that I highlighted in blue are going to be the states that are voting entirely by mail-in ballot. All of the states that are voting entirely by mail-in ballot, this is another reason why there probably won't be a lot of voter fraud, is because it's not really going to impact these states because these are all safe states. Here's a state right here, our first state. Well, yeah, Colorado could be competitive, but Colorado, they conducted their election using a vote by mail system even before the pandemic. So Colorado is going completely mail-in ballot. Same with Hawaii, as well as the state of Oregon. And Utah, which is a safe Republican state, is also going entirely mail by ballot, as well as Washington and the state of California as well. So these are the states that are going entirely mail by ballot. There's not a lot of them, but 1/3 of voters in the 2016 election, as you saw in the article, voted by mail. So yeah, and then a lot of more states also tested it during their primaries. And here's some more states. Delaware is also going entirely mail by ballot, as their governor stated. Nevada, which is going to be, a pretty close state, but I still think it'll go to the Democrats. This is one of the only close states that is voting mail-in ballot only. New Jersey, which is not a competitive state, that will safely go to the Democrats. New York is another state that's voting entirely mail by ballot, and North Dakota, which is a safe Republican state. So yeah, these are all the states that are voting entirely mail by ballot. I'll probably do another video update in a few months, because there's probably going to be more states that decide to go entirely mail by ballot. But yeah, most of the states that are going entirely voting by mail are Democratic states, but that does not mean anything, because most of these states are not competitive. The only state that's competitive on here is the state of Nevada, and I still think that's going to go to the Democrats by a pretty big margin in the 2020 election. But I don't think it's going to increase voter fraud at all. But I do think that there will be more states that decide to implement entirely mail by ballot, because cases are going up. Like, they might have to do it in a competitive state like Florida, because a lot of cases are going up in that state. But yeah, so Washington, Oregon, Hawaii, and Colorado, and Utah always have done a system where they vote by mail. So that's interesting. So that was pre-pandemic. But yeah, that's going to pretty much do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Leave suggestions below. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.